All right. Hi, Miss Whiskey Girl. Alrighty. So today is my second day working with this sweet mare, Miss Whiskey. Um, and so, a little background on her is that she was an orphan at 1 day old. And so she's a little bit stunted, mentally and physically. And she's got quite a low threshold for certain things. Poor girl doesn't have the tools that she needs to be a horse in our human world. And so um, I think I'm going to start her fully at liberty because I want her to be comfortable and governing what she's willing to do. She's really, really, really sweet. Good girl. And so last time what I did is I worked on seeing if we could detach and then see if I could kind of catch her attention again and let her notice that I notice her noticing me. Good. So what I'll do is I'll see. Good. See if I can catch her eye, give a little whistle to invite her to come over, and then when she does, she gets a little bit of her breakfast. Then I'll ask her to send off. That's another thing, is that I want her to start to understand that when I use this whip, it's an extension of my body, and it's asking her to do something, and it's not coming after her. And her owner is awesome. She's had her since I think like 11 days old, and has just given her all the love in the world. So she's never been roughed up on, which is really great. She just, good girl. She just doesn't know how to socialize with other horses. And then she was physically stunted. You can see a little bit in her conformation due to being orphaned and not initially having the nutrition that she needed. So let's see if I can catch her eye here. Good. And so ultimately what we're doing here is we're starting to just introduce the difference between the draw and the push. And so I want her to recognize when I'm asking her to come towards me, and I also want her to recognize when I'm asking her to go away. Very nice, mare. There we go. Good girl. And then while I do this, I'm making sure that I'm keeping my boundaries well known. I don't want her to march right up onto me. Good girl. Good. Awesome. Good. Good. Really nice. So during this session, we're still just kind of getting to know each other. I kind of want to build a relationship with her before I start to ask her to do things that's going to make her a little bit more uncomfortable. And so I think I'm going to just bring a few things out that might be of interest to her, and we'll see how she feels about it. Nice. I'll ask her to create some space for both of us, just in case this becomes a little bit Oh, she is so interested, actually. Hi. Yeah. That was nice to see her kind of come on over here and want to investigate. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this here. I'm going to give her lots of space. So I just want to kind of see how she deals with, things that are kind of spooky, things that are kind of different. I know that one of the big things this girl deals with is fear. And so we're going to try to give her some tools so that she doesn't have to be so fearful and nice. And so I want to see kind of how close she's willing to get to this tarp over here. Good girl. Yeah, it's a little scary. Good. So I'll feed her in this bowl there. Let's see if I can walk on this and make a little noise and it'd be okay for her. And so I know from what the owner has told me that this horse has the ability, well, most horses have the ability, but, if she is overwhelmed, generally, I've seen like smaller little bits, but if she becomes overwhelmed by something, she kind of like squirrels out a little bit. That can sometimes be up. I know that she will, keep herself safe ultimately. And so I want to make sure that one of the reasons why I'm kind of starting this stuff at Liberty is because I want to make sure that we're staying under the threshold so that she doesn't have to resort to using those self-preserving mechanisms that she's designed for herself, which have served her. It's not necessarily like it's the wrong behavior, so it's not the behavior that we are wanting. I'm just going to separate just a little bit here. There we go. Good girl. Alrighty, and so if she offers to connect back with me, hi, sweetie. We'll see if we can do some intentional steps together. Let's see if we can find some unity together. So I'm gonna walk. I know. Okay. So we'll just see what we can get from her. So I do think that she's still a little bit wary of this whip here. So I'm gonna try to keep it neutral. That's alright. I'm gonna let her investigate. Oh, there we go. That's nice. Good. Alright. So I'm just kind of seeing how long she can hook on to me. It seems very, very short so far. That's totally okay. We're just kind of taking an assessment, seeing where she's at right now. That's something that I noticed the first time I met her. This is the second time I've worked with her. Is that she's really, really engaging, but her time limit for engaging is pretty pretty short until she kind of loses interest or gets distracted. Um, I believe she's 9 years old, but we're treating her like she's a under 2 year old because that's kind of the state she's at mentally. Good. Nice, Mama. Awesome. Good. Look at that. Good girl. Nice. And so sometimes what I'll do is I'll see if she can go off a little bit. And I'll see if I can catch her in the opposite eye. Awesome. So, especially since she's got such a short attention span here, I'm going to kind of use it to my advantage and see if we can disconnect and then reconnect. Yeah. Nice, Mama. And I want to see if I can get some exuberance out of it as well. I want to see if she can be like, oh, okay, let's do this. I'll wait a second because she's not fully got her attention. Very nice. Here. There we go. And so I'll mix it up a little bit too, so we don't teach her to spin on a dime. Yeah! Nice. Nice girl. Good girl. Alrighty. I'll let her hang out for a little bit. I'm going to go refill my food bag. All right. Hi. You're really into being with me. Yeah, no, you're not. There you go. That's fine. Okay. There. Good. And so she's getting really good at this recall thing. This connecting back on. Good. 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 And so I can see if I can kind of drag it out a little bit, get a little bit more connection. So you see there she lost her inch and she got a little distracted about 2 times, but that's okay. We'll just see good, if we can get that attention back. And so something that I say a lot in my lessons with my students, especially when we're doing stuff at Liberty, or we've got a young horse or a project, good, is that instead of trying to grasp and keep the attention on us, instead of holding on to the attention, seeing how long we can get it, I just want to see how much volume I can get instead of it being consecutive. So it's totally okay if she disconnects with me and she gets distracted and she looks at something else. I just want to see if I can do something to get her attention back on me. And then eventually the reconnecting will happen so much so often that eventually some of the distractions will fade away a little bit. Hi. Hi, Mama. And so now she's really good at this. I'm going to abandon the whistle for now. She knows what that means now. I'm going to see if she can just go off of my body. Just seeing if I'm going to notice when she notices me, and then I'm going to invite her to come in. Right there. Oh, nice. Nice, pretty girl. And so I'm really excited about working with this young mare, because she's really, really brilliant, very smart. She's got her issues, but she's so willing to want to connect, and I think that she will be awesome. Hi. At Liberty. And so right now our goals are to um, just get her a little bit more confident. I think she's a little too afraid to leave the barn right now. And so we're going to see if we can get her a little bit more confident so that we can move around and be safe. Good girl. Good. Then eventually I do know that her owner wants her started under saddle, which will, she's such a nice, sensitive mare. I think that'll be really good for her. We could even start her at Liberty. Hi. And so here I want to differentiate. She's allowed to come in when she wants, but I want to differentiate. The treats are coming when I invite her in and she responds properly. And so I'm just gonna watch the horses out there. Come on. There you go. Good. Awesome. And so as we do this, obviously she's very, very good at the recall. We don't need a lot of work on that. I'm going to see if we can kind of alter it a little bit. So, like I said in the beginning, she's got a very, very short attention span. We disconnect, we reconnect, we disconnect, we reconnect. So I'm going to see if I can keep her attention span long enough that when we reconnect together here, good, awesome. If we can kind of change how we're connected with each other. So instead of you just walking towards my belly, see if we can walk together and see if this whip can act as an extension of my arm. Good, really nice. As I ask something a little bit more specific of her. And so here I'm still keeping it pretty vague. For her. But I'm going to ask her to kind of change the direction in which we're walking. And so I actually got some really nice lateral bend and movement there. So we can definitely work with that. And so I actually do like to see this, her looking out. Good. That's really nice. Her looking out at the other horses because she apparently can't really be with the other horses. She just doesn't know how to socialize properly, and so she kind of just goes a little wild about it. And oh, that's okay. So that was my fault there. I rewarded just or marked it just a little too late. Good. Good. And so eventually I'm hoping to shape this into some lunging at liberty. See if we can make a full circle around us. Good girl. That's all right. And so I'll make it a lot different because I'm drawing towards like this, and then we change the direction. I'm going to open up with my open hand, and I'm going to kind of create a wall to push with my whip hand. And it seems so far that she is better going to her left than her right in terms of staying connected with me. So we'll see if she can come back. We can try that again. I'm going to open. Good. Really nice. That one was really nice. Good. And so right now she's most comfortable kind of staying connected with the head and then moving the body around. So that's okay. I'm really okay that she's kind of giving me a shoulder in on a circle here. Because if anything, it's going to help her proprioception of her own body, which is really important, especially if we have goals of starting her under saddle eventually. We really need her to be accountable of where she is at all times. Hi. 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 Good girl. That's nice. Good. I'm going to offer while she's pretty far out. We went through the pressure there. So, with each horse, the response to going through the pressure is going to be different. There. Good. That was it. Awesome. And I simply kind of ignored it there for her because I know it's not on purpose. I know it's not an intentional brace or push through anything. Um, with another horse, I might like escalate so that we get a give to the pressure. But, again, the reason why we're doing Liberty with this girl is because we want to keep her underneath a certain threshold, keep her brain moving. And so it just wouldn't be productive. Good. Yep. So we had a little bit there, and then we got lost, and it's okay. Good. Nice. And so notice how to this side it's a lot more difficult for her to kind of stay connected and do what we're asking and understand what we're asking. And so my expectations are going to be a lot different for there. I almost tripped. Silly. Good. There. Awesome. So we stepped in the direction we were supposed to, got disconnected for half a second, but then popped right back. That's what we're looking for. Good girl. And notice how she chooses to go around the whip instead of through it. She's not pushing through the aid, she's just disengaging with the activity. Good girl. Good girl. There. Good. Nice. Let's try to her good side again. I'm going to try to start to explain things to her while she's still approaching. Good. Really nice. And I'm very excited to work with this little mare because I get an opportunity to practice working with a horse with minimal physical manipulation and contact. That's how I train a lot of the horses that I work with, but I haven't had an opportunity to kind of work with this type of case in a little while. Good. Really good. You're very good at it on that side. And so it'll be, every horse is a learning experience for me, but I'm really excited with this little mare. She's quite talented, quite smart, and comes with a unique set of parameters that's going to make the problem solving and the challenge really, really fun. And she's just sweet as pie, which is awesome. Oh, there she goes. Hey there, Ma. Good. That's really nice. We're almost getting to the full circle here. I'll probably get it, but I want to really, really, really slow it down for this girl. Make sure that she's confident every step of the way. That's really the main thing we're focusing on here is just confidence. Everything else is tertiary. Everything else will come, but right now we're just looking for confidence. No fancy moves, no intricate asks. Just want her to be confident in what she does. Good, really good. Awesome. So you got it lovely to the left, but to the right it's a little messy, right? And so in order to help this right side get a little bit better, I think I might try to hook on to her right side. And so I'll send her off. Here, all the way. Then I'll see if I can hook on the right side and see she's a lot less eager to respond on this side. So let's try again. Good. I'm here. All right. So I'll let her lose me. I'll stay on the right side, see if she'll hook on at some point. Good. Awesome. Great. We'll do that again. Good. Good. That was good. There's something there. Yep. Good. Thinking. We're thinking, do we want to leave or we want to stay? Good. That's all right. And so it doesn't really, at this point, make a difference. Good. Really nice. I know she stopped herself when she ran into the whip there. I didn't come after her. She accidentally ran into the whip, stopped herself immediately, and then made the decision to go the other way, which is really, really awesome. She's starting to use her brain for it. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. It doesn't really matter to me right now. Why? Good. Why she's a little bit less connected on her right side. It could be just because traditionally people lead on the left and she's not used to people being on the right. Could be a million different things, but I don't really think it benefits us to play detective onto why particularly, unless it were to be a pain response or something, which it doesn't seem to be. But we'll just work with that. We'll work with that little quirk, and we'll see if we can improve it. Good. That was the best one so far. We didn't think about leaving at all. There we go. All right, girlfriend, I'm going to go and get the rest of your brekkie. We got 10 more minutes. Very nice. All right, there's our first thing. There's our first no. There it is. Good. Lovely. Awesome. I'm actually really glad that I saw that before we ended this session here because, like I've been saying, I really want to keep her underneath a threshold in which she doesn't feel like she needs to resort to anything too terrible. But then also, look at her over there. She's finding something else to do. But also, I really do need to see where her no-no buttons are so that we can help her realize that, it's really not needed, not super effective. So give me some space when you're scared, okay? Good. Really nice. And she wasn't kicking at me. She was just expressing discomfort that the whip touched her. It's all right. So I'm going to start on her good side again. Good. Good. All right, last few minutes. Let's see what we can get. Let's see if we can get a little bit to the right again without any sort of meltdown behavior, and then we'll call it that on her. It's interesting. You'd think she'd whinny. Good. Awesome. I actually think I'm going to end by putting all of her food in this here, getting on the other side of the gate so that we're both protected from each other. And let's see if she'll let me rub her body with this whip while she eats. And that's what we'll end on. Good girl. Good girl. I'm just going to do this for a very short amount of time. I don't know if the radio is being picked up in the background, which, if that's the case, probably won't use the audio, but good girl. Good. All right. Awesome. Alrighty, that's good enough. I'm going to pack up my stuff while she finishes eating.